What's up everyone, welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up Google Ads conversion tracking, and we're not going to be using Google Analytics 4 and we're not going to be using Google Tag Manager. So I'm just going to be using the Google Ads tag, and what I'm going to show you today is how to track when someone clicks a button on your website. So I'm going to be showing you for this button right here and this button down here as well, because this one uses the A tag, this one uses the button tag. It'll make more sense as I set it up. But this is the first thing I'm going to be showing you, is how to track every time someone clicks a specific button on your website. Now, the other thing I'm going to be showing you is when someone clicks this button, let's just say, for example, it brings them to this sign up form. So I'm going to be showing you how to track this sign up form if you have this button set up to actually redirect to a thank you page. So basically, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to track button clicks and how to track thank you pages as conversions in your Google Ads account. Now, to give you a real world example of how this might work for a larger company, so DocuSign.com, on their homepage, if you see this button right here, try for free. So I would show them how to actually track this click. So when someone clicks on try for free, it's going to bring them to this page right here. And then when someone actually enters their email and clicks on get started, how they can track that as well. So two different things that we're going to be able to track today. Now, if you're interested in setting up this using Google Analytics 4 and Google Tag Manager, my most recent video covered this, Google Ads conversion tracking, how to actually track the same exact things. So how to track this button, and how to track every time someone visits a thank you page on your website using Google Analytics 4 and Google Tag Manager, which is the way that I would recommend doing it. But there's plenty of reasons that an advertiser may just want to use the Google Ads tag and not have to worry about Google Analytics 4 or Google Tag Manager on their website. So this will be much more geared towards people running WordPress websites, because I'm going to be going over a couple different WordPress plugins that you can use to actually track these conversions into your Google Ads account. So let's get started. The very first thing is I removed all tracking pixels from my website. So I have no tracking pixel whatsoever set up on my website right now. So I would assume you would be the same exact way if you're looking how to set up conversion tracking. So the very first thing we need to do is put the Google Ads tag on our website. Now, in order to do that, we're going to come back over to the conversions page in Google Ads. So within your Google Ads account, you want to go to Tools and Settings, and under Measurement, you're going to see Conversions here. When you click on this link, it's going to bring you to this screen right here, and it may tell you set up your first conversion action. These were the 3 different conversion actions I set up in my previous video, so I just left them here for now. You could see the conversion source for these ones is Google Analytics 4. Now we're going to click on New Conversion Action, and I will be going through phone call conversions in a follow-up video, but for right now, I just want to focus on website conversion. So we're going to click on Website right here. And now the first thing it's going to do is tell you to enter your website domain. So let's enter our domain now. And then what you want to do is click on Scan. Okay, so we're going to scroll down here. Now you may have things right here where it's going to say create conversion actions automatically from website events. So if they automatically have your conversion action here already, there's a chance they do if you have a specific page that is actually recording conversions already on your website. If you have a thank you page or some type of sign up page or confirmation page, they may just suggest that as a conversion goal. But what I'm going to be going through in this video is create conversion actions manually using code. So we're going to add a conversion action manually. Now it's going to bring you to the conversion action details page. And the very first thing that I want to set up is I want to track this button click. So anytime someone clicks on this button on my website. Now we can create a completely separate conversion for this other button down here. So let's just say, for example, let's use DocuSign as an example again. Let's say they want to track every time someone clicks on buy now, every time someone clicks on try for free. You would actually set up multiple conversion events in Google Ads to track each individual button click. But in this case, I'm going to be using the same conversion event for this button and this button as well. So just to kind of give you an idea of how you can set up conversions differently for different clicks on your website. So let's come back over here and let's get started with the goal and action optimization. So since nobody's actually submitting any information to us, I'm not going to put this in a lead category. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a other category. So basically we're tracking every time someone clicks, and we're going to put it in an other category. The reason I'm doing that is because it gives you the option to set this as a primary action used for bidding optimization or a secondary action that's not used for bidding optimization. So you could choose to not use this as a bidding optimization for your Google Ads campaigns, because you may say, I want to only track every time someone actually fills out their information and visits this thank you page as a primary action for bidding for my Google Ads campaigns. but I do want to know how many times my Google Ads campaigns are actually driving people to click this button right here. So just an idea of how you can actually set up different conversions. I'm just going to put this in a primary action used for bidding optimization. You can always change this later. Now next, let's name our conversion. So we're going to do join workshop button, and I'm just going to name this conversion Google Ads so we know that we're using the Google Ads tag for this one. For value, you could actually set separate values for each of your conversions. So for example, you can say use the same value for each conversion. Maybe each click on a button on your website is worth $50. Then you can set this as $50 for a conversion. I'm going to set this as 1. We're just going to count each individual button click as 1 conversion. You could also use different values, but you're going to have to set up dynamic tracking. I'm not going to be going through that in this video. So count, you can count every time someone clicks on this button or one time. So basically if somebody clicks it twice, it's only going to count as 1 conversion. I'm going to do 1 since I'm basically driving leads. So if you're driving leads and signups, then you're better off choosing 1. If you're choosing purchases, I would recommend every. So scrolling down here, I generally make my conversion windows 90 days. So we'll do click through conversion window 90 days. We will do our engage view conversion video for a longer period of time. This really depends on how long. So in my example, I actually have these as join my 3 free drawing workshops in May. So I would be much better off not tracking this button click unless I'm going to continuously run workshops over and over. But I would rather attribute clicks from my Google Ads campaigns as much as possible to my conversions. So if somebody converts in 2 days, I still want to actually track all that, even if it's a view through conversion. So I generally make these much larger. So we're doing 90, 30, and 30. And then my attribution model, I would recommend choosing data driven. So there's different attribution models, but with data driven, it actually gives credit for different interactions across the overall conversion path. So if someone clicks on an ad and then visits through organic search and then they end up clicking on an ad again, then they will actually give each of the ad clicks a little bit of credit along that interaction to a conversion. So I would recommend using data driven, and we're going to click on done now. And now what we need to do is actually set up our conversion action. So if you want to go back into settings and change anything, you can click here to go into settings. But what we're going to do is click on save and continue. And this is where we can set up the Google tag. So you could either use Google Tag Manager, you can email instructions directly to a webmaster if somebody else is managing all of the code on your website. But if we're going to activate measurement with a Google tag, what we're going to do is just click on set up right here. And now we're going to install our Google tag manually. So we want to copy this code. We'll just click on these 2 boxes right here. So we have our tag copied. And now to add it to our WordPress website. The plugin that I would recommend using is head, footer, and post injections. So you can go directly to your plugins portion on your WordPress website, go to add new. If you search header, footer, if you search head, footer, post injections, this will come up first. This is going to be one of the ones that we're using in this video. And for the next part, I'm actually going to be using this header, footer code manager. So this one didn't work for me, at least for the other one. So we're going to be using 2 different plugins to actually achieve our Google Ads conversion tracking for this video. So I already installed this head, footer, and post injections. Once you install it, if you go to settings, you're going to see header and footer right here. So when we go to header and footer, this is where we can add our tracking pixel for our Google Ads account. So we're going to paste this right here, our Google tag. Now, I would recommend using Google Tag Manager to install your Google tag. However, I'm not going to be going through that in this video. We're just going to be putting our Google tag right here, and then we're going to go to the bottom and we're going to click on save. So now once we do that, we now have this tag properly placed on our website. So you can see show more options, and this will give you the options to do it with a Google tag you already have. So if you have Google Analytics 4 already installed on your website, you can also do install with a CMS or website builder. If you click on next, you can actually find some different platforms. You can scan your URL, and they'll give you different ways to install your tag as well. So there's a lot of different ways to install your tag. So we're installing it manually. We put this code on our website, we click on confirm, and you can see already your Google tag is correctly installed on your website. You can manage your tag later under tools and settings. So now we have the tag on our website. So the Google tag is tracking everything that's happening on our website. Now, the next thing we need to do is measure our individual conversions with event snippets. So what we want to do is click on See Event Snippet. And what we're doing is we're not doing page load for this one. That's what we're going to do for the next one. We're going to be doing click. So what we need to do is actually every time someone is clicking on our button, we want to tie that back to Google Ads if they clicked on our button after they clicked on one of our Google Ads. So here's what we need to do first is take this event snippet right here. We're going to copy this event snippet, go right back to our header and footer plugin, and right beneath the Google tag that we just pasted in the head section of every page, we're going to put the other piece of code that Google just gave us. So we're going to put that there. We're going to scroll down. We're going to click on save again. So now we have this piece of code actually added directly to our website. Now the next thing that we need to do is you're going to see copy the snippet below, paste it in between the opening and closing head tags of the page that you'd like to track right after the Google tag. Then call G-tag report conversion when someone clicks on the chosen link or button. So basically the way that we're setting it up is we need to call the G-tag report conversion every time someone clicks on this button on our website. So we're going to click on edit page, and I'm going to show you how to actually change the code in the back end of our website so that we can call that conversion event, and it will actually track it as a conversion if Google Ads sent that person who made the click of the button. So hopefully that all makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of the visual editor, and we are going to be going to the code editor here. So when we click on code editor, if we scroll down here, you can see right where it says join workshop here, this is my first button, but it's actually an A tag. So you're going to see A right here, and it's just using a class that it's calling for the actual button that's appearing. For the one down here, the button type, you could see this is an actual button. So it's a little bit different, but a lot of people generally don't use the button tag. A lot of people use the A tag, but it's slightly different to actually set this up as a conversion. So let's start with the A tag first. Now to make this a little bit easier, what we're going to do is we're just going to separate out our opening and closing A tag, so it'll be a little bit easier to understand. So you can see right now I have a class, I have a href where I'm actually sending people after they click on this button, but we're going to have to enter a little piece of code at the very beginning here. So I'm going to paste it right now. And what I just added is it's our opening A tag, and then it's on click equals, and then it's an opening quote, return G tag underscore report underscore conversion. And then we have our URL here, and then that's it. And then it's going to be a semicolon right here. And then we're going to close that quote. So right here is just the URL where I'm sending traffic. It's the same exact URL I have for my href right here. So you can see I have the same URL here, same URL here. And now every time someone clicks on this button that says join workshop, it should return this as an actual conversion on our website. Okay, so hopefully that all makes sense. So you can see right here, it's a on click equals. So I will make it easy. So I'll put all of this in the video description so you can just easily copy and paste this. And all you have to do is change your URL here. So just make sure you have your opening and closing A tag, and then whatever page that you're sending traffic to. And then you're just going to have to add this on click element as well. So let's come down here to the bottom and let's do the same thing for the button. So you're going to see the button's a little bit easier to see because it just says our opening button tag type equals button. I have target equals blank, but it's actually not opening in a new page, so that's not actually working. But we have join workshop 2 and then our closing button tag. So all we need to do is right at the very beginning here is we are going to paste this right here, and it's button on click equals, and we have an opening quote, return G tag underscore report underscore conversion. We have opening parentheses, and then we have a single quote, the page that we're sending traffic to, another single quote, closing parentheses, closing quotes. Now, one of the main differences you're going to see with the button versus the A tag is the semicolon. So you're going to see a semicolon right here when we have the A tag, and with the button, we don't have that semicolon. So both of these should work for us to actually return this conversion every time someone clicks on this button. So let's come over here. We have this all set up properly. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on close for right now, and we're going to click on done, and then we're going to come over to our conversions page. And what I want to show you is in the other over here, we have Google Ads join workshop button. So it's saying unverified right now. So what I want to do is I'm going to submit this page. So we're going to update our page right now. We're going to reopen our page again, and let's go to troubleshooting. So I just want to show you this so you can see, make sure your Google Ads conversion is actually tracking properly. So we're going to go to troubleshooting. And then what we want to do is take the URL where we're actually have these buttons. We're going to click on continue. We're going to paste our URL here and click on connect. Okay, so what you're going to see down here is test our Google Ads join workshop button conversion action. Trigger your conversion action by visiting the web page or clicking it or visiting the page. So We're going to click on join workshop right now. And what this should show is that it's properly recording our conversion. So let's click on the button and there we go. We have the little green sign over there. So you're seeing that it's actually, the conversion action is sending data back to Google Ads. So what we did worked properly. Now, if we come back over here, so now it's not going to allow us to troubleshoot again. So if you already have it, it's not going to allow us to troubleshoot, but the way we did it with our button on click, it should work as well. So it's already showing that this is working, but if we click on join workshop 2, this should also count as a conversion as well. So both of those should have worked for us. So now we can click on finish and we can feel confident that our conversion is tracking properly every time someone clicks on this, either one of these buttons on our website. So hopefully that makes sense. This is tagassistant.google.com. So you can always check your tag again. But a lot of times what I'll do is if it's not working properly, I'll click on troubleshoot and I'll continue to troubleshoot until it's working properly. So that is how to track an individual button click, whether you're using the button tag or the A tag. Both of those will work for you. And I will make sure I put each of those pieces of tracking code that you need to actually put within your button or your A tags so that it's actually tracking your conversions properly back into Google Ads. So that's step 1. That is how to track every time someone clicks on some type of link on your website. So now let's do number 2, and we're actually going to do page load for number 2. So page load can be a little bit more complicated sometimes, but we're going to start tracking conversions, do the same exact thing. We're going to enter our website again. So drawadvisor.com. We'll click on scan. And we're going to scroll to the bottom here, create conversion actions manually using code. So we're going to add a conversion action manually. And for this one, what I'm actually going to do is count it as a contact. So every time someone actually signs up for my workshop, then I'll actually have their information. So this is going to be a contact, and it's going to make it a primary action used for bidding optimization. So we'll keep scrolling down here. Let's just say submit workshop form, and I'm going to call this one Google Ads as well, just so we know we're using the Google Ads tag. We're going to use the same value for each conversion, just 1. We're going to count just 1 since it's leads and signups. If somebody fills out the form twice, it's not really worth multiple conversions to me. It's still 1 conversion. We're going to make a longer click-through conversion window, and we're going to make our other conversion windows longer as well. So let's do this 30 days. We will do this one 30 days, and we're going to be using the data-driven attribution model, and we're going to click on done. So let's go to save and continue. And now it's going to say set up with a Google tag. So we're going to say click see event snippet. So right now, since we already have the Google tag installed on our website, we just have this page load event snippet. If you haven't installed the Google tag, you will need to install it now. Obviously, I have it installed already. So what we need to do is copy. We're going to be doing every time that our thank you page loads, it's going to count as a conversion. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to copy this event snippet right here. We're going to click on close. We're going to click on done. So this will allow us to do some troubleshooting again. You can see we have our Google Ads submit workshop form contact conversion up here at the top. And now in order to do this, first and foremost, so I have a sign up form right here. Enter your name and email to sign up. When people fill this out and click on reserve your seat, I have this form right now. I'm using WP Forms. So within my form, if you go to settings and confirmations, I have it set up to go to a URL and redirect my thank you page. So when someone clicks on submit on that form, it'll actually redirect them directly to this thank you page. Click on save to make sure this is all working properly. So let's come back over here. And now the next thing, we need to do one more thing here with our event snippet. So earlier I talked about the plugin header footer code manager. So you're going to be doing the same exact thing that we did earlier when we installed head, footer, and post injections. And we're going to go to our plugin screen. And what you're going to do is you're going to click to add a new plugin. You can search header, footer, and I already have this installed and activated. So it's header, footer, code manager. So on the left-hand side, this is going to look like HFCM. Let's go to all snippets. So I may still have this snippet already installed, but we'll delete this snippet real quick. And we can add our event snippet here using this plugin. So we're going to click on add new snippet at the top. And then we want to name our snippet. So we'll just do Google Ads event snippet thank you page. The snippet type is going to be JavaScript. The site display is going to be, for me, it's specific pages. So my thank you page is a page on my website. If you're doing a post, you could do specific posts. So from specific pages, my page list right here, thanks for signing up for a workshop. So this is what I want to track, and I want to put the location before content. We're going to do show on all devices, status active, and we're just going to paste our event snippet right here and click on save. So essentially what we're saying is every time someone visits this thank you page, we want this event snippet to run, but only when they visit this thank you page. So we don't want this to happen on every single page, just this one page on our website. So now what we can do is if we come over to our conversions and we go to troubleshooting, we can click on continue. And for this one, we're just going to enter our thank you page here and we're going to click on connect. So we just want to make sure that when our thank you page loads, it should register a conversion and we should get our little green check mark at the bottom here. Okay, so we have our little green check mark here saying our Google Ads submit workshop form conversion action is sending data. We can click on finish. So we're all good to go. This conversion action is sending data to Google Ads. Now, just to show you real quick, someone enters first name, last name, email, chooses the workshop they want to sign up for, clicks on reserve your seat, and you'll see they redirect to this thank you page. So you just have to make sure that your form is properly redirecting, and then every time someone visits this page, you can now track that as a conversion. You could do the same thing with a button on your page too. So if we come back here, if you just want to track every time someone clicks this button, you could do the same exact thing if you have a form and you're able to actually track that button click. You could do the way that we set up the first one where we were tracking clicks as conversions. You could just track every button click. But the way to make sure that people are actually filling out this form properly is to make sure it actually redirects to another page. Because there is a chance that if somebody isn't filling out this form properly, clicks this button 100 times, then it may count multiple conversions and you may not actually have accurate data. So hopefully that all makes sense. This is how to set up conversion tracking just using the Google Ads tag. So you just put the Google tag on your website. You don't have to worry about Google Tag Manager. You don't have to worry about using Google Analytics 4. And now we can actually track specific button clicks and specific pages loading on our website directly into our Google Ads account. And every time we create a campaign, we can actually optimize our bids to get more people to fill out our forms and ultimately hopefully drive more revenue for our business. So if you have any questions about Google Ads conversion tracking, please leave them in the comment section. I did do a very similar video to this one using Google Analytics 4 and using Google Tag Manager, and I imported my Google Analytics 4 events, which I set up as conversions, directly into my Google Ads account. So I would recommend doing it that way just because it's a little bit easier to set up in my opinion that way. However, whichever way you're more comfortable with, you'll still get accurate conversion data. If you're not really using Google Analytics 4 or Google Tag Manager and you just want to track those conversions directly into your Google Ads account, this could be a quick and easy way to set up conversion tracking. So thank you for watching my video today and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.